Hello, good morning. It's me, it's Peter Byers. Um, I've been concerned for quite a while that Byers' blog has degenerated from something that was to do with Byers and Byers' opinions and all the rest of it. And I thought, well, I really ought to do something because it's turning into a reposting of various other people's news items. So this is the first, and I shall hope to do it quite often. I'm going to just tell you about my day so far, and then I'm going to quickly nip through the blog postings that I've put up so far on the day. Well, I got up at about 5:45 this morning and carried out my ablutions and then came downstairs and walked around my cyber estate. It was a very heavy, dark grey sky. It's got a bit better now. There's a bit of sun around. It was not raining. In other words, it wasn't completely dry, but it wasn't raining. It was cold. It wasn't very cold, but it wasn't warm. And there was absolutely no breeze. It was still calm. Well, anyway, in plodding through my cyber estates, there were three things that caught my eye, and I thought, well, I'll put a link to them in my blog. The first one was an article about Ali Pali, Alexander Palace, and this is they've at the as you stand and look at the front of it, the right-hand side is the old BBC place, which used to have television studios and offices and a great big transmitter aerial on the top of it. And apparently it's from the pictures it's degenerated into an unused I don't know what you'd call it, scruffy, uh, uncared for, unkempt building. And they're talking about spending several million quid of lottery money to do it up to make it into a living museum of the BBC. Well, that I thought the lottery money was for charitable causes. Well, I can't see that glorifying a charitable cause, glorifying a commercial organisation, is really a charitable cause. I mean, okay, yeah, so if the BBC wants to turn it into a museum of how TV started in the UK, then that's fine. Let them create a Friends of BBC TV Ali Pali organisation and let them do some work themselves to get it into a museum type place and let them raise some money themselves. I don't see why what in effect is public money destined for charities should be spent on that. But maybe I'm being a bit of a heathen and unreasonable. But there you are. That's my opinion for what it's worth, and there you go. Right, now we'll have a quick peep and see what the next posting was. Well, it was the President of America, Mr. Obama, talking about cyber security. He was talking about it as though he really knew what was going on. I don't think he has a blooming clue. He'd be briefed and so on. And I listened to what he said and I thought, well, yeah, it all seems a bit, what shall I say, talk. There's not much not much happening about it. Why then he had to use a heap of different pens to sign the blessed thing at the end, I don't know. But I'm afraid that the criminal, if you build something and there's something in it that's worthwhile for the criminals, they'll find a way in. And if you close that door, they'll find another one, or they'll make another door. So I'm not saying we shouldn't attempt to fight it, but standing up, having politicians here today, gone tomorrow, preaching about it, I'm not convinced it does much good for anything. I don't see too many criminals shaking in their shoes, and really, yeah, well, maybe it was worth the effort of producing a news flash about it and giving us a bit of video, but there you are. I'm not sure I would agree with that. And the third, and at this moment final one, I can't see and I've forgotten what it said. Just hang on, I'll have to put my specs on. Smart homes. Well, there's an article on smart homes. Well, there's a lot about companies climbing on the bandwagon and, in theory, getting together and allowing people to remote control their homes. Well, one of the thoughts that seems to have escaped them is if I can go onto the internet and control my home remotely, to be in no doubt that criminals, if they can find some benefit from doing it, and hackers, if they don't even need some benefit from it, feel like messing about with my house, then they'll do it. So you've really got to screw it down, and I see no evidence of completely screwing it down. There's one thing mentioned in it. It may have been in the comments at the end. If there is an interruption in your broadband and you get disconnected momentarily from the internet, when it comes back, all of the lights in the house get switched on at full power. Well, if that isn't a bit crackpot, I don't know what is. And it's lots of little silly things. And it seems to me that the idea of a smart home is a very good one. But what we're seeing in this article is a lot of answers looking for problems. And I'm not sure I would pick anything from the article if I won the lottery and was building a smart home for myself. I'm not sure I would go that way. But there you are. And whilst I'm at it, talking about smart homes, let me remind you of a post a few days ago. Mr. Samsung has got televisions out that will respond to voice commands. And the way they do that is anything that the microphone hears, it can't interpret it at the set. The programming and electronics in the TV are not sufficiently clever or powerful to interpret it. So it sends it up your telephone wire, your broadband link, to a very powerful website that says, does this say switch to BBC, or does it say switch TV off or switch TV on? And if it recognises something, it sends a message back and says switch TV on or switch to BBC One or whatever. Now, if you happen to be, I don't know, let's say you're sitting in your lounge in front of this television, making mad passionate love to someone, all of this information is going to be sent to the very powerful interpretation company to see what if there's any commands for the television in this. Well, there are two places that you can get hit, and that's hackers watching what's going up your broadband link and publishing it. And the other, God bless us, is the company itself. It says it doesn't keep this information and it doesn't pass it on to anybody else. But I don't know who they are. I'm not, to be truthful, I'm not inclined to trust them. It's a problem that hasn't been properly solved yet. So do beware when you go with these wonderful smart devices, televisions, and they've got it in fridges and washing machines and cookers and all manner of things nowadays. So just think before you buy and switch the smartness on. Well, that's my view of the News in Buyers blog today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Have a good day. See you again soon. Bye bye.